Hey, this is Zeb, and thank you for joining me here at Zeb's Corner. Today, I want to kind of get into a tip slash sort of trick, more tip, less trick, about how to use a particular tool, plugin, or effect, or compressor, or whatever the case is, right, as a colorful thing and not use it almost for what it might have been intended for. I don't know if that makes any sense. So let's say you want to use a hammer and hammer a nail in. Sometimes you may not have a hammer handy. You may have to get something else that could actually hammer in the nail, right? So you use something else, something pretty sturdy, something that could actually do the job of what a hammer will do and get that nail in there. And sometimes, the hammer may work. You may want to use a mallet or something a lot heavier, to do a simple job as nailing in a nail. In this case here, I'm going to use this reverb as a way to fill up space, which is what reverbs tend to do. But we don't want to make it so obvious that a reverb is doing that job of filling up that space with its self-name reverb. Reverbs fill up space by imagining you being in certain rooms, sizes of rooms, big rooms, small rooms, no rooms, non-linear rooms, all kinds of stuff like that, right? And it does the job it needs to do. But how do we use it, and why do we use it, and when do we use it? In this case here, I don't always use reverb on rap vocals. In fact, I tend to not use it at all. But this is a reggae artist who happens to like reverb. Now, I didn't use it initially, and I've used something similar. I used some delays and some spreaders. But let's say I wanted to get a little bit artistic and try to use a reverb, which is what he wanted, but in more of an artistic way. I'm going to grab a reverb. I'm going to make it do its job, but I'm not going to make it do its job in the most typical way, right? So let's turn this to default. Let's also change this, make it 100%, and let's get ridiculous and use not that. Let's use that because that's ridiculous. And let's play that arena effect on his vocal at 100% at default setting when it's already in the send. So we're gonna play it. We should play it without the track first, without the effect first. And here we go.
When me tell the truth, me check the problem still I come. So me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check the problem still I come. So me fix that, me grow big and get a gun.
All right, you hear the delay. The delay is doing what it's supposed to do. And we're gonna put this reverb on here as it's designed to do, right? You just drop it in and leave, right? I would never do that, but let's say we just did that. And here we go.
When me tell the truth, me check the problem still I come. So me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check the problem still I come. So me fix that, me grow big and get a gun.
Okay, you saw me cheat and I turned it up a little bit, right? But an arena effect would probably be a little bit too much of a tool to grab, or the choice of effect to use, to throw it in there and just kind of let it do its thing and leave. I wouldn't do that. I would want to use reverb to kind of lift and give the track some different kind of presence, as opposed to filling up a whole bunch of space. There's no need to fill up a whole bunch of space because his voice should be present in the track, which is what most rap vocals call for, some kind of a presence, right? Even reggae tracks call for the person's voice, for you to hear them and for you to feel like they're in your face, right? Maybe not too much in your face, but at least in your face. And in this case here, he's too far, and we don't want that. So what I would do is go back to what I was using earlier, which was a plate. Bring that back, and we're going to take a listen to what the plate is sounding like as is, 100%. Let's turn that down, and let's just give it a listen.
Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun.
Again, it's filling up space, not the job we want. Let's play with it in the context of the track. And let's do some things different. I'm going to bring this down between dry and wet in the middle. Bring this down a little bit. I'm going to turn this pre-delay up just to get crazy. And let's listen to that by itself.
Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun.
Now that whooshy sort of thing is what the pre-delay is doing. The pre-delay kind of delays the effect in happening, so to speak. And of course, milliseconds, that's what the MS is for. And it's taking place so quickly that it creates this interesting sound. And I like what it's doing. It's giving him this different presence feel. Now, I'm not sure if we would hear that pre-delay as much in the track, but it might feel different when you take off the effect, which is sort of what I want. I want to be able to toggle back and forth and feel like it's gone when it's gone, and when it's on, it's like just fine. And that's what I would try to play with. And let's give it a try with it, the track.
When me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun.
Now, subtle difference, but understanding the subtleties is what's key. If you feel like something is gone and it feels like you need to put it back, but it's a subtle difference between off and on, neither here nor there, that here might actually make a bigger difference than the neither, right? So I like it with it on, and I might want to push the levels a little bit, but not too much. Let's give it a try.
Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now...
Yeah, I completely feel the difference. And I don't know, do I want to pre-delay it? Pre-fade it, I mean? Let's see. If I hit that pre-fader, it might lead and it might be too much. But let's give it a try.
When me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now when me tell the truth, me check say problem still I come. So how me fix that, me grow big and get a gun. Cause now...
I think it should stay as. I don't need to really push the send level up too much. I think it's fine about right there. And the pre-fader didn't really matter. I'd have to turn it up for that pre-fader to actually really do its thing in this case here. It's really about using a tool in a way that it's meant to be used, but not in the conventional way it's meant to be used. Reverb's supposed to fill up space as it's supposed to be, as it's supposed to do. But it's not always necessary to be so obvious with the space that it fills up. When it's gone, there's a dryness that's there, but you get the presence of the person's voice. When it's there, it fills up the space, but with the person's presence still there, which is what I wanted. I wanted his presence to still be there, and I wanted something interesting to happen with that pre-delay as it was doing. I'm not sure if I would really keep it throughout his whole verse, because that's his main verse, but if I wanted to, it's a tool that I could use to do something different and interesting. Not all the time are effects supposed to do what we think they're supposed to do. We're supposed to play with them and actually see what other things can they do. Compressors compress, but it might do something else. It might be able to cut back a sound as opposed to lifting a sound. You know, a reverb may fill up the space, but you may not want to fill up all the space. You may just want to actually just minutely just fill up an area, but not, you know, completely, which is kind of the point I'm trying to make here. And I hope that makes sense, because sometimes we go for these particular things with the intent for it to do what it's supposed to do, as well as this is what they're designed to do. But giving that bit of an edge or that bit of a difference, you could actually make it a different, interesting thing. You can make an interesting thing happen in your mix, which is what I think is most important. Most producers, most engineers aim for certain things to give a different feel, yet in all they're using typical things to do it. You know, limiters and compressing and side chaining and all kinds of stuff. They're doing all these typical things to give something slightly different from the next. And sometimes they go for these things to do it exactly what it was meant to do. You know, so juggle it, play with it, see what you get. Don't always go for the delay to repeat a delay, to repeat a source. Sometimes you just might want to copy that thing. You know, if you wanted to repeat and fade, then, you know, okay, hey, a delay might be the best thing, or an echo might be the best thing. But for the most part, use your artistic approach in using these tools, as opposed to using them because this is the rule of thumb. And that's pretty much what I feel. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I hope I was helpful. And if you like what you've heard, by all means, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please, thank you for showing lots of support for those who have been showing me support. I am grateful for who is actually paying attention. And thank you for joining me here at Zeb's Corner, and I'll give you some more stuff very soon. Thank you.
GPM.